2022, my Black Star Network team traveled to Liberia to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the founding of that country by formerly enslaved people of African descent from the United States. It was an amazing time. It was an opportunity for us to learn about the country, to see what has been going on in Liberia since the founding, but also since they had the devastating civil war that lasted 15 years. We sat down with a number of people, talked about the future of Liberia, including President George Weah. It was an eye-opening experience for all of us. President Weah, glad to sit down with you here in Liberia for your bicentennial.
Martin, good to see you and welcome to Liberia.
Let's start off with this bicentennial. The focus is not on Liberian independence. It's on the first enslaved people from America, freed enslaved folks, formerly enslaved, who came to this country. What do you want to achieve with this year-long initiative?
What I think is the entire history of our country, how the indigenous and the settlers came. But then what we try to do is to let our people know that we are one people, and to keep the peace of our country, to understand that this is our land, not a particular people. So the bicentennial brings us together to celebrate our history of how Liberia came to be one country and one people. So we want to celebrate the 200 years to make sure that we all have our liberty and with our respect and our dignity that we belongs in the country. And the reason we're doing this is because out of our past. We had a past that most of us felt that other people was not part of our society and they should not be governed. So we want to show that we all belong to the country. All of us can be leaders in the country, and we can live together in peace and harmony. And this is why we are celebrating the bicentennial, so people can have their right. Imagine you got a son that born abroad, and then he will be deemed as a foreigner. He can obtain a dual citizenship. That is wrong. A born Liberian, a Liberian is always a Liberian, no matter what you do. So we need to make sure that our people know that no matter where you are born with Liberian parents, you are Liberian. So we wanted to showcase and then celebrate our diversity. I think it's important for us. And this is why we are promoting the bicentennial, so people can come home and develop their country and have a place in their own home, and not to be to believe that they are marginalized, they are not accepted. So it's just a reunification, of our existence, and this is what we try to do.
You talked about that unity. Let's say there's someone who has Liberian parents, but they were born in the United States, but they moved back here. Will you extend them the right to vote? Will you look at doing what Ghana and Sierra Leone is doing, is offering citizenship for African Americans and others? So what are some of the things that you're considering doing?
What if you had a Liberian parent, you are born in either America or France, you're a citizen of the country. That's the first thing we have to recognize. We cannot alienate you because you were born in another country. Automatically, you should be a citizen. So I'm promoting that a born Liberian is always a Liberian.
So just like if I had parents and they were in the military and they were in Germany, even if I was born in Germany, I'm still an American citizen.
Yeah, but you are a Liberian because you're born with a Liberian parents.
Right.
That's the point we're trying to raise. That's the point. Imagine my son, Timothy. He was not born in Liberia, but that's my son.
Right.
You understand? You were born in America, and he bear the American passport. How can a Timothy Weah, he plays for American national team, how can a Timothy Weah is not a Liberian? I don't think it's fair to our children, Our country, most people left here because of the Civil War. And they obtained citizenship everywhere, for greener pasture. But at the end of the day, they have to obtain a visa to come here or get their second passport. And some people are hiding their passports. You understand? You shouldn't be hiding. You should bear a Liberian passport and the country that you're from. I think it's the right thing to do. We talk about rights, human rights. That's their right, the right of their forebears.
Your thoughts about extending citizenship to others in terms of wanting them to make Liberia home, again, similar to what Sierra Leone and Ghana has been doing?
Yeah, we're trying to do so. And this is why we proposed the dual citizenship the other day. And I will hope that our people accept that, because it's important. It also builds our economy. Because when people feel at home and people believe that they have a place, they invest, And if you look at the world today, the United States and France, Europe, as you can say, a lot of people have immunity and they invest because they believe that it's their home. So they have huge investment and stay right there and invest.
Let's just talk about what do you want to see in terms of a relationship specifically with African Americans? I mean, the reality is this is the only African nation where African Americans helped found the country. And I can tell you there are many African Americans who don't even know the story, don't even know the history. You have folks who came from Virginia, Mississippi, and North Carolina, and Ohio. And so with the celebration, are you looking at doing bicentennial celebrations in the United States to also galvanize the 1 million Liberians there and to teach others about this history?
Well, I think what we did here, I mean, it can be a standard everywhere in our community, to make sure that people are joined together, for a common goal. And this is what, and we are doing it. Liberians are a way to understand that other people came here, for us to move on. And I think it is important for us to maintain the peace. The world today it is a global world. We all have to work together. We all have to be one people. You have to understand my culture so I can understand your culture. Mm-hmm. Remember, Martins, I'm a Liberian, but I live in Europe. I live in America. I was accepted by different race of people, the different color of people. So I'm the leader today, and the world can be a better place when we all join hands and we all unite. It doesn't matter your color, your creed, your religion, or whatever view. We have to live together.
You mentioned investment. What was the last major investment into the country? I was told it's been several years. So what do you see as the struggle? What do you see as the block? What is it that you need to see happen here in order to make that a reality, to be able to provide economic opportunities, be able to provide jobs, building of skill set, building of education, allowing you to execute your plan when it comes to infrastructure?
It's to attract investment in every facet. You see our country, and Liberia needs to be developed. Liberia needs to have a rural connectivities. We need to have electricity, water, and we need to have more facilities that will attract people.
But is there anything that's hindering that?
Say that?
Is there anything that's hindering that, that's preventing that from happening?
What is happening just bit by bit, and I believe that with rule of law, and respect for human dignity and fairness, I think people will be attracted, they will come, and this is what we're doing. But we took charge already by making sure that we're building our roads and our infrastructure to make sure that it attract people, and that's the way we can build our economy. And if people are not attracted to our country, definitely the business will be scarce and opportunity will not be given to our people.
You talked about connectivity. So whether you're talking about electricity, whether you're talking about roads.
Road connectivity.
I mean, you've got, as I talk to different people, they talk about beautiful beaches and surfing, but they say it's hard to get to. They say even this part of Liberia where you're from, They say it takes way too long to get there.
Well, then you understand what I'm talking about, road connectivity. You know, I came from the southeastern region, and then, of course, for so many years, during the rainy season, there's no access to good roads. And this is why we're doing our best to make sure that all of the road heading to our hinterland, it will be paved, you know, and so people can get access to, and not just being in Monrovia, but to have access to the entire country and to get to our neighboring country. You know, you got Ivory Coast, you got Guinea, next door. We need to go, we trade, but sometimes it's very difficult during the reading season. And this is what we're pushing. We make sure that the proper agenda work for those that really need it. And this is what we're doing.
What is that going to cost? What does that mean in terms of, have you studied, obviously you studied it, but even from a roads standpoint, how much do you need to make that happen?
Well, I would say it's a huge investment. You know, it's a huge investment. I can't put a number on it, but I sure.
Exceeds $1 billion?
It should be more than that. For Liberia to be connected, it should be more than that. And we hope that our partners understands that and bring the companies, bring the resources, and help us to build this country.
Let's talk about education, because I don't care where you go, that is a huge deal. You have a very young country. You talked about the war, average age being 19 years old. Also need to have skill set developed. And so what is your plan for this country educationally?
What we have, we are doing our best to make sure that we promote the sector, educational sector. And Martin, this country is the oldest country, as I said to you. And today, more than 50 to 75 years in our sector. Today we have digital education. So it tells you that we are doing our best to make sure the sector works, because I believe in education. I've been in the country, never had the opportunity. I won't say go to good school, because every school that you go to, it depends on the person, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never had the opportunity and then to complete school year. But I went away, pursue my career, my dream to be one of the best athletes in the world. And after that, I went to school. So I know the importance of education. And this is why we're doing our best. Today, if you walk around, you see that all public universities are free today for children to have access to school. And because I believe in education, and this is why we're doing our best to make sure we promote this sector. Because every young person, every citizen has the right to education. But when it's not free, it's difficult, right. You know. And this is why we give free education, and we're going to encourage every government that will come after us to make sure that Liberians go to school free. Encourage them. Whether it's a technical school or whatever, it should be free.
Mm-hmm. Are you concerned about brain drain? Are you concerned about your young folks getting restless and saying, you know what, I don't see a future in Liberia, I need to leave. I'm going to go to Sierra Leone, I'm going to go to Ghana, I'm going to try to get to America. How much of a concern is that? And so what are you going to do to ensure that you're talented, you're smartest, you're most ambitious stay here to rebuild this country?
Well, I think what I believe is not even leaving, because you can have an opportunity and go away, prepare yourself and come back. That's not the point of the promoting the education sector. The point of what I try to raise, they got some people here that would never leave. They're going to be here. And they might never have opportunity to go away. Those people are the people we have to make sure that we save. Those kids that people believe that they don't have any future, that's the future we have to touch. And this is why we have to make sure we got technical school, we got free school, so they can be encouraged to go to school. And that's what I'm trying to say here, and the point I'm trying to raise, I had an opportunity to go away. I never had a chance to pay my own school fees, but I had the opportunity to go away to play professional soccer. After that, I went to school, and I came back. So, but how many of us will go and come back? You still have children that are looking for opportunity to go to school, and that's what we have to fix. Build their future for tomorrow, because when you are educated, you have the possibility of being employed. You know, it doesn't matter. All forms of education, you can be employed because you have the strength, you have the knowledge. Whether it's a technical school, it's a normal schools, and what have you. So we need to build our sector to make sure we promote the sector, promote education, and encourage young people to go to school.
How do you also change the perception that some have? And I hear it a lot when people talk about trying to do business in Africa. First thing people bring up, corruption. They say, you know, I'm not paying bribes. I'm not dealing with folks who they're taking too long. It's slow down. I don't know if I'm going to get my money back. You got that one thing. Then you have the people who have the perception that, frankly, you know what, I don't really see skilled labor to be able to go to these countries. And so the reality is you have to battle that perception that people have in other parts of the world, including America.
Well, I mean, sometimes perception
becomes reality.
It becomes reality when people don't understand. But again, why will you have a perceived mind if you come to a process that is fair? You shouldn't have any perceived mind of corruption, because first of all, you come to Liberia to do business. There are institutions, there are processes in place. Follow the process. If you circumvent the process, you may fall into people, you know, everywhere in the world, even in the United States, in France, you got people that are con artists.
Yeah.
They're waiting for those people that they believe that they are vulnerable to take advantage. So the best thing to do is when you go to a country to do business, you have the processes there, you have the legitimate agency that you do business with. When those people corrupt you, then the government has a responsibility to make sure that they question them, but not going behind the curve to do business. And it's not the right thing to do, because you know what I'm saying. Here we have rules, we have autonomous agency, we have compliance institutions that are responsible to make sure that people come and invest. So you should be going to those people so you can invest and then follow the rules. So sometimes when people talk about corruption, I don't understand. The last time I was in Dubai, it's the same question they posed, and I asked the same question. If we have an investment commission here and you come to invest, why don't you go to the investment commission? Why are you looking for people to take you around? It's wrong. Go to the government institution. When the government institution corrupt you, then of course they will be apprehended, there will be a question. Then you can go and say, well, the country is corrupt. But if you go beyond the curve because you believe that anybody can make you do business in a country that have the rule of law, then you'll be making a mistake.
So what you're saying is, if you want to do business with Liberia, go through your national investment corporation.
Of
you
course.
said go to them. Don't go to an individual in this city or this city.
It's the best thing to do. You see, Martin, a lot of people, and I question what is the deem of corruption. You know, people come to do business and just get anybody. And those people corrupt them, take money from them, and they complain that, oh, they went to Liberia. No, you went to Liberia and you found somebody, or you on the internet talking to people that con you, you understand, that deceive you and bring you to the country. And at the end of the day, you don't even see the authorities, and then you get frustrated. So those are the things. So coming to Liberia to invest, you have the bureau, the National Investment Commission. I show when you pass through those entity, and then the processes you follow it, and then you don't have reason to say that the country is corrupt. You understand? Because if you telling somebody corrupt, if you go behind the curve, then you also, encouraging corruption.
Right.
So if you're an honest person, you have to honesty have to prevail.
Liberia is obviously an ally of the United States. Has been for quite some time. What more do you want to see from America? There are African Americans, there are Liberians in the United States, there are African Americans who say, hey, they can petition their members of Congress. You're going to be meeting here with members of the Congressional Black Caucus. What more do you want to see from the United States when it comes to helping rebuild and grow Liberia?
What the question I want to ask you, if Americans believe that Liberia is developed?
I'll answer it this way. I don't think a lot of Americans even know about Liberia.
Okay, so that we need to.
And then first of all, they still see Africa as a country versus a continent.
So you see, so but those that we work with, which is the Congress people, they believe that they have done well. But look at our institution. We are partners. Are they satisfied with what they see? Or they believe that Liberia need to advance more than what it is? Security, the rule of law, and what have you. We are prepared, we are willing to work with them. So the Liberia, which is the oldest independent African state, you can see, just a couple of years, we trying to obey our rules. So how long we never had a rural connectivity? Even our institutions, our government don't have their own building. They rent from other people. So it's
Really?
a honest country, So
Wait a minute.
what
You're renting from other people, but government offices? Wow.
It's always been like that, and this is why we are trying to make sure that government get into our own facility, so it can be able to reduce the government budget, the cost. So we are partners. We stay talking. We stay convincing them to make sure that this is the country that we all learn the history. We read. You understand? Now we are leaders now. So sit down with our counterparts and say, hey, the country needs to be more than what it is. But again, they are doing their best. They're doing their best. We're working together to make sure that we make sure the rule of law is in place, and people have their rights and what have you. We talk about democracy, and for democracy to prevail. Martin, I'm the former peace ambassador for this country, and what I always said to my people, you listened to me the other day, without peace, our war will be difficult. You understand? So the only way we can gain growth is when we foster peace with unity. And so no one can gain growth. Without that, it's impossible, almost impossible. I during the disarmament, and I said to the kids, you can hold the guns as long as you want to hold it. It will never benefit you, because this is the wrong thing. So you need to lay down arms and go toward a path of prosperity. We're heading towards a path of prosperity. It's not about politics. I'm not a politician, and you know I'm not a politician.
No.
I'm an administrator that came into politics because I wanted to change certain things.
Right.
Today, we would have known that in the village where I live in 1975, today we'll have a solar light. We have a light. We have the huts being removed, and we build a free home for those people. And so, in every facet of our society, we want to see those things. We want to see change. We want to see change, where people can easily live in their homes and they can use even a bathroom without going outside. So these are the things we're doing. That's the proper agenda, is to awaken everybody, so we can be a light to face our institution, to build the life of our people, to encourage them to even invest in our education center in the rural area, because everybody has the responsibility to the growth of this country. We need to fight very hard. It's not just corruption and this. Some people are limited. We need to help those people that are limited.
So 50 years from now, 100 years from now, there's someone who is reading, the Liberian student, and they're reading, and they come across your name, What do you want them to say, not about what you did on the field? What do you want them to say 50 years from now about your presidency?
What, as I always said, you know, when I live here, when my children, I mean, are in the society with those people that I lead, when they point the finger at them, they must say, wow, this boy, father, was a nice, a kind, and a good president. So they can live with them when I'm not here anymore. And this is what I'm doing, everything to make sure that we help our people. So tomorrow nobody can point finger on my children and say, well, look at him. If father was here, he didn't do anything. So everything that I do, I want the society to see honesty and to see that we try to improve the lives of our people. You know, it's not about what I've done already on the field, you know, but I know when I live here, those honest people will see there will be a legacy, there will be a mark, and they were going to see that, wow, George Weah, everybody thought that he was never going to make it. Today, this is what we got. And I'm fighting hard, Martin. It's not an easy task, but I want to build this country for the time I'm here, you know. And it's all honesty, you know. This is my country. I live in the country. I ran the street of this country. Everywhere in the ghetto, you just name it. You understand? I went outside to promote the image of this country. During the war, I was from one refugee camp to another refugee camp. And this is why when I talk about peace, I know how they live in refugee camps. And I'm back here, and I'm the president. And that's why I ask every Liberian, it doesn't matter what you think, keep the peace of this country. There's no need to be boisterous. There's no need to be rude, you know, be humble. Politicians or opposition, what have you, speak the language that will give you the opportunity to be leader in the future. So I want every Liberian, when I'm not here no more, it's not just for the praise, to see my mark. The legacy is being kept and left. And this is how I want to live. So tomorrow, it's not just going there to promote Africa in sports, you understand? But in my country. But today, you can see that every African know that when it was difficult, it was not just playing this, kicking the soccer ball around. It was the message that we gave, that we all can work together. There's no need to be racist. You know, we can work together. And this is a world of diversity. I have to know you, you have to know me. The things that you don't like, I have to make sure that I don't do the things you don't like. We can work together. And I was successful in doing that. And I want to do this in my country. Peace in Liberia is the best way. No peace is the wrong thing to do. So again, I'm honored to be here with you, you know, to answer your question. But I think you should be coming. You should be coming often. You know, encourage people to come. This is a beautiful country.
It is.
Warm people, kind, hearted, and good people. You know, in every society you will see some.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. But they are, they call it. And the good thing about it, like I said, I live in New York, Staten Island, live in Queens, I live in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. You know, the world is like that. You got some good people, you got some bad people. But the most important, there should be more good people than the bad people. And we are heading to world growth. We want to develop our country. And we will do all we can for this country to be a better place. So when you come next time, you see that, wow. That's it.
Well, you talked about buildings, so you're not going to take a walk. You're going to tell me what y'all been doing with this building here.
Well,
yeah, we're just going to, so here's what we're going to do. He's going to disconnect the audio, just to connect to the camera, and we're just going to walk down there.
It's the right thing to do. This is our palace. Been burned 16 years ago. We have to restore this. And this is why we're doing it bit by bit. So you can see, Weah, that's the image of the country. And we want to restore the image of this country. And this is why I've done my best. Talk to the parliament to make sure that we, in the budget, we save the sacred home of our country. It's not just about just president coming into this. I got my home that I go to. I come here to work, you know. But again, there's the image of our capital.
Right.
It's the image of our country. So it was the right thing to do. So it's not to make the news. It's the best thing to do and the right thing to do. And that's why we restore this place. And bit by bit, we're going to fix it to the level that it's supposed to be. But now it's ready for work. And our country image is, we're going to go to we're going to receive people in the executive mansion while we are working. I think it's the best thing to do.
But it will make the news. So we're going to...
definitely will make the news. Anything that you do, not for the news, always make the news.
Good or bad. Yeah. So you're not going to take a walk? So, Mr. President, let's see your palace.
Mr. Mandy, you told me you know the place, so you...
Well, tell me, so this is an 8-story building?
Yes, I believe.
And so you said bit by bit. So what they told me is you've already restored, about 4 floors?
Yeah, about two, 3 floors. And the yard, yeah, it's where you restore the image. You see where people, there's a capital. The capital building is just next door, and the mansion is faced. Everywhere it's faced here, they can complement each other.
So you talk about growing up here. I mean, so this had to be the crown jewel
yeah,
for
definitely.
the country.
Every child wanted to come here to see. I was born right next door, on Capitol Hill, Maternity Center, and I came here so many times. And I was lucky to visit the palace with 2 presidents. I had the opportunity to visit the place because I was the captain of the national team. So I'm always coming on behalf of the national team to speak to the leaders, you know what I'm saying? So I know what it was. It's a beautiful place. It's a nice place. And we just wanted to restore. Isn't this good?
I got to admit, when we came here, to see the place, I'll tell you, when I stepped out here, it'll be a little hard for me to work with this view here, sitting out, because I probably would come out here and just look at the ocean the whole time.
Well, your leisure time, you'll come here and just walk around. I mean, you de-stress. This is better than where we were at the foreign ministry. I think it's better. This represent our country, and this is what we did. It represent our country. We all know the story, how and this building. But again, the question that I asked, 1 floor was burned, but the whole mansion was looted. Why? Is that love for country? I show if that 1 floor that was burned, today we're going to fix that 1 floor, the whole mansion is going to be restored. You see, so I just trying to tell you there are some people that don't care. That don't care. We care, you know, because 1 floor got burned, but the entire mansion was looted. Nobody asked questions. You understand? But I think what we try to do is to continue to move on a peaceful path, and it's leadership, one after another. It's not to criticize anybody, but to continue where they left it, and then what we can do, and then after us, the next person come and take it from there. That's the best leadership style. You see,
a smooth transition
from
one president to the next.
That's it. You know, that's it. And we, our partner with the Americans, we see how their democracy works. But there's other people that don't believe in that, and they cause trouble and chaos.
You understand? The one who just left. Yes, I understand.
You understand? so it's the society that we live. But again, the best thing to do is to keep telling people, look, this is the right thing to do. You know, to forcing and fighting, it's not the essence of life. Because when you destroy, there's no hope.
Right.
You know, when everything is okay, when you can dialogue, then you have a hope. You know, you can be what you want to be. You know, anybody can be somebody. You never know. How, that's what I said to my friends. I was here with you. I was in the street. I'm in the ghetto, born with parents that have great possibility, but I ended in the ghetto. But my destiny was not tied into the ghetto. But maybe that was experience to continue to see how things are. Now, when I decided to discipline myself, I saw myself somewhere else, opportunity, and today I'm here. But when you are alive, there's a lot of opportunity you can get. If you are no more, you're gone. So war and destabilization, all those things are not called for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can be here tomorrow when I'm here. I can see what you do when you get there. And, you know, and maybe you need my advice. Then I can advise you to say, well, when I was there, that certain thing I did, and I could have achieved it, but I could not. But I think that's the best thing to do. So we leaders today, we can work tomorrow for the country, even as an agent of the country. You know, so we shouldn't see each other as just politicians. We family. We want family. Most of my friends that I grew up with in school, they are running against. Some of them ran against me. You understand? They ran against me. But that's the beauty of true democracy. You understand? I went to 2 elections, not 2005 and 2010. The first, I went as a head of the ticket. The second, and they put me out. And then the third, I stayed on the head. And today I'm here. 2005 was not my, how to call it, but again, what happened in 2005? If I were going to persist and resist and believe that fighting was the way, it was not the rule of law, or looking at the country to move forward, maybe I'm not going to be here. Maybe I'm not going to be here. But the fact that I could even accept to be peace ambassador of what happened in the previous elections, since I had to call it today, I'm the president. So you can see that when there's peace, there's prosperity. You understand? So I want everybody to understand when I talk about peace, because it's important. It's important.
President George Weah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you, Martin. Good to see you.
Right, we don't do the handshakes, but we'll definitely do we'll do that.
I see you in your apartment.
Well, I was in Ghana for the year return in 2019.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Nice.
So I have a designer there who hooked me up.
Oh,
so,
that's good.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna wear a suit. There's no suit in my bag, so I got all traditional gear.
You'd be surprised. I'm the the actual propos maker. I brought the style in the propos.
I know. No, they made sure that I go back with
propos.
With several outfits.
That's propos. How you call it? Propos.
Propos.
Yeah.
Oh, propos. So I go back. So it's called propos suit.
Yeah, propos suit. Yeah,
okay.
Propos, yeah.
But I can't wear with the tennis shoes.
You can wear with sneakers. You can wear with anything.
I gotta wear loafers.
Loafers.
Can't wear tennis shoes.
But that's good. Loafers is good. That's the best thing to do.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much and good luck.
Okay.